The purpose of this training video is to show you how to create a case. First, we will create a client and an asset record in order to create the one-off job case. You may create a case on an existing client that already has an asset and already has a regular project or a superseded project. Navigate to your Add New button, click on Client. We're going to add the client details. This comments box should be used for at-a-glance information for your staff. For example, any overdue monies, in this instance, new client, try to obtain regular service, for example. Being that it's a one-off, we're going to pick terms. This may be cash on delivery. That will be your business rules. Email address for contact. We scroll down and click their classifications so we can categorize our clients. The really crucial step in this process is to make sure that we're adding at least one address, being the service address. So we're going to navigate to the address subtab, click on the edit pencil. Now it will pre-populate with the addressee name from the client record. You may choose to add additional information, for example, the landlord, the real estate, etc. Name in the attention. We're going to add the address details, being careful that we are not making any typing errors. And click OK. This will create one address. If we had several other addresses, we would click Add. We can add another address here and toggle between the default shipping and the default billing. For this purpose, we're going to click Save, and that will create our client record. Now from our client record, we can either navigate to the Add New button and Next Service Asset, or you can scroll down to the Next Service subtab, Assets, and click on New Next Service Asset. There's a detailed video available on PoolWorks Help regarding assets. So we're going to pick the type of asset that it is, for example, an outdoor pool, the region. It's going to pre-populate the customer because we created it from the customer record. It's also going to pre-populate with all the addresses that we've entered under that client record as well. Do make sure that this box has pre-populated and double check the address. Select the appropriate marketing territory that is linked with this address. There is client asset reference information here, but also some notations that your technician can easily see on the app header. It is important, if you do know the information, to fill out the asset specifications. If you don't know the information at the time of creating the job, the technician can always update these, of great value to your business for marketing capacity. We're going to click Save, and that's going to create our asset and revert us back to our client record. Client. Now if we scroll down to the Next Service tab, we can see that there's an asset there. You can create projects and cases in the same navigation, either from the client record or from the asset record. So if you are in the asset record reviewing it, you can create your case from there. Otherwise, again, we can use this Add New button. If we click on Case, we're going to leave the information on the left-hand side and select the asset. This is important in creating the case successfully. The project will default to a new billable. There are other options here that you may want to pick, for example, new non-billable. if it's not a billable case. Next service case type. In this instance, we're going to do a green pool service, for example. We can choose a priority. This one might be a high priority. We're going to put some case notes here. Now we can either copy and paste these down as we're adding tasks, or we can put something bespoke in the message. So as we move down the screen to add tasks, we can do this one of two ways. We can either add separate tasks line by line, or we can add them as a group and then alter them. So I'm going to show you how to add them as a group. So we're going to go down to type. We're going to look for green pool. We can type in green. Being a drop-down box, we can type in it and it'll take us straight to our selection. Now we could either pick from someone on the list, or if we needed a particular skill, for example, pool clean, this list will show you who's available to be able to do that job. The start date of the task, for example, from tomorrow, and this might be a 5-visit task, in which case we're going to select that. We can easily enter start and end times. So if they wanted us on 11 a.m. on site, 11A to 12A, for example. Now again, I'm just going to copy and paste my case notes in here. If I click add, the tasks are going to populate based on this criteria. Now from here, I can reassign some of these tasks before even creating the case. For example, Steve might need to go out on the first task, and that will be check equipment. For example, he may need a different time. You can put bespoke messages on these tasks. So we might actually send out 2 technicians on the same day. So it's a really easy way to create a bespoke group of tasks that belong to one case. So we're going to click add, and then we're going to click save. NetSuite will then make that case window disappear. And if we come back, we're currently in the client record. We can click reload just to reload the page. Navigate down to next service subtab onto the cases. We can see that the case has been created. Now, if we also navigate to the tasks, you'll see that we've got all of our tasks created. They're not yet started on the particular days that we set them at with the particular technicians. From here, we can choose to create a sales order, click on sales, and follow the process in creating the sales order. Just make sure that you do attach the project. That will link the app and the project all as one. We're just opening up our sales order here. So because we've created the sales order, from the client record, it's populated the client and even the ship to address. You could pick different addresses here if you do have a different bill to and ship to address. And we've got our project down here. So do make sure you populate that one. Once you've filled out the particulars of the sales order, click Save.